Hi, and welcome to In the Driver's Seat with me, Maddie, from Apertus Automotive. Today, I'm joined with Mhairi Ramsay. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, always a difficult one. For some reason, I find that difficult. I'm Mhairi from Tomrom Team Coaching. I'm a team performance coach. I help small businesses develop their leadership skills and their people to make their businesses more successful.
Amazing. So, question number one, what was your very first car?
Oh, the shame. What was my very first car? My very first car was a Fiat 127.
Okay.
Sadly, it wasn't my choice because I wasn't the one paying for it. I did pay for it. I had to pay my stepdad back for it. So it was his choice. All I can tell you about it is it was very heavy.
Okay.
Because I spent a lot of time pushing it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
And I didn't have a radio, or I had to add, my dad helped me put in a radio and things like that in it. It was awful.
Oh, okay.
But it got me to work, which is the point of it, I guess.
Yeah, gets you from A to B. It's what you need. Was that at 17?
Yep. Yeah.
Amazing. So.
Just yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, 2 weeks ago. So when you're looking for a vehicle, either looking to buy a new vehicle or looking to lease, what are the main features that would stand out to you? What would they include?
Ooh, okay, so for me, what would make me look at a car is what it looks like.
Of course.
But actually it's what it drives like. For me, I'm a driver more than a car person. If that makes sense. I like driving, and so how the car responds is much more important to me. So I thought I really liked a certain kind of car recently, and I went for a test drive and hated the drive. So that's it off the list now.
Yeah, of course. And obviously we know you love your golf, so the boot has got to be big enough to get all those golf clubs in, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
That's an important one. And your favourite features and innovation, obviously 2024 now. So there's so many new things in the market. I mean, we've seen vehicles at the Apertus Group with heated and cooled cup holders. So to keep your drinks warm or your drinks cold, what type of things have you found interesting?
That's the trouble with being old, isn't it? You can remember all of these things not being a thing. So I love my heated seats. Don't think I do without heated seat. Love heads-up display.
Yes.
But I think with new electric cars particularly, you've got so much screen to play with that actually you don't need a heads-up display so much.
Yeah.
I was recently in a new BMW and thought, actually you don't need it so much anymore. Sat nav, obviously. And again, having that on heads up is really useful because you don't even think about looking at it. You're just looking at it all the time. Yeah,
I've absolutely loved heads up display. There's been so many vehicles now and it's just like, it's there, it's perfect. You don't even need to, your speed is right in front of you. Your sat navigation is all there as well. It's very clever. I love it. Favourite place you've driven? I bet you've been around a lot at different golf clubs type thing. So what were you driving and where did you drive to?
So I've done quite a lot of driving cars on track, so always track first. But there is a little road in the Highlands of Scotland.
Okay.
And I can't remember the name of the pass. Should have looked that up before I came. It's only open in the summer because in the winter the snow is too bad and you can't get up. It's up by a place called Applecross.
Okay.
It's quite often used in car adverts and things like that. It is lots of what the Americans call switchbacks.
Okay.
And you're climbing. It's very mountainous. And, that was a great road to drive.
Yeah.
Which I think I drove when I was a learner.
Wow.
Actually. Because just before I took my test, we went up to Scotland and my dad made me drive all of the non-motorway driving. So, yeah.
So, Mhairi, you touched on electric vehicles a tiny bit earlier about the infotainment system. What is your opinion on them? And are you a fan of the shift away from a petrol or diesel vehicle?
I think I'm interested. So the first electric vehicle I drove was an i8 on the track, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Just because it's so heavy. as well, and so fast, and it was just amazing to drive on the track. But from a commercial point of view, I'm not sure. I think I'm a little bit on the fence. Technology wise, I think something else will come along.
Yeah.
But we're not there, and all of the car manufacturers have invested a lot in electric. So, but I'm not wedded to the petrol engine.
No, and there's so many alternatives at the minute. You've got a plug-in hybrid or a petrol hybrid. I mean, I've even seen a few diesel hybrids around. So there's definitely other options. But yeah, it's just trying to get people. I mean, I've got my own electric vehicle now with the company, and it's just planning. I went to London last week, so it's just making sure you've got the planning. There's so many different apps, and like you can be a Tesla member, a BP Pulse member, and you get so many different rewards. It's just making that known really to other people. But yeah, it is all very interesting, the whole moving away from petrol and diesel. So if you could only drive one car for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Gosh, I don't know.
It is a tricky question.
It's a very tricky question. If that was it, that was my one. No more cars were going to be made.
No.
It'd be an Aston Martin.
Yeah.
DB9 probably.
Perfect. Lovely choice. And the ultimate and dream car, what would that be for you?
Again, until I've driven it, I wouldn't be able to say. I promised myself I would say this, but I always really wanted a Ferrari.
Okay.
But only because it rhymes with Mhairi.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I actually don't really like. I mean, there's a lot of nice cars out there, but I'm not. I don't know. Maybe the older you get, the more safe and sensible you get.
Maybe.
But no, I couldn't. Don't know.
No, it's a tough one. It is. And last but not least, if you were to go on a road trip and you had 4 people, who would be in your passenger seats?
How long is the road trip?
Let's say a 24-hour road trip.
Okay. So I think I'd want someone singing, somebody who could sing. I think I do like a good sing song in the car.
Yeah.
And I suppose my kids.
Yeah.
Because we've done lots of road trips and are quite comfortable in the car singing away to each other.
Yeah.
Not so much since they could drive, but but they would at least now be able to take their stint at driving.
Definitely.
My husband, I'll have to say, just because he would mostly do the driving.
Yeah.
But he's a terrible passenger, and I do like to drive, so maybe leave him at home and have somebody funny.
I was the same earlier. I was thinking I'd need a comedian. I was thinking maybe like a Ricky Gervais or someone quite interesting to not let it get boring, to keep conversations going type thing.
And I'm lucky because with my kids we talk, about anything and everything. Yeah. And so again, that would be quite. But you do want that sort of little joker in the pack that's going to give you other things to talk about. Maybe we'd have Grant in the car. Maybe. Maybe that would be the sort of little bit of upset to make things a little bit more interesting.
Well, Mhairi, that concludes our all questions. Thank you very much for being on this today. I've loved learning a little bit more about you and your cars throughout your life.
Thank you, Maddie. It's been really good fun. Thanks.
Totally good.